Now that we've talked about the solvency issue, let's take a look at how much you can expect to receive from the system. When your Social Security benefits are calculated, it can be based on how much you earned over a working career and at what age you retire. At age 62, each year's earnings are tallied up and indexed for inflation. And then you can kind of see to the slide what the different steps are. The formula is complex. You may or may not want to follow along with this. Some people find the formula interesting, and for others, it's they just want to know what they're going to get. But in a minute, I'll show you a couple of ways to estimate what your benefit. So the general process goes like this. First, Social Security looks at your annual earnings over your lifetime, indexes them for inflation, picks the 35 highest years of earning to include in the formula. The indexed earnings are totaled and divided by 35 to get up with an average. If you don't have 35 years of earnings, the missing years are filled with zeros. This has the effect of lowering Social Security benefit for women or others who have taken time out of work to raise children or for whatever reason. However, they may get spousal benefits, which we'll talk about in a minute. Next, the formula is applied to your average indexed monthly earnings to determine the primary insurance amount. That is the amount you would receive at full retirement age. As mentioned earlier, if you were born between 43 and 1954, retirement age is 66. Then each year, annual COLAs are provided. Here's an example of how the benefit formula would work for a baby boomer who was born in 1950 and who earned the Social Security maximum every year since age 22. His average indexed monthly earnings would work out to be $8,238. In calculating the primary insurance amount, the first $767 would be multiplied by 90%. The next $3,857 would be multiplied by 32%, and the amount over that, the amount over $4,624 would be multiplied by 15%. This would give them a total DIA of $2,466.66. This is the amount that this person would get at age 66. I told you it's complicated. Unfortunately, you don't have to figure it out yourself. Now remember I said that the primary insurance amount, or PIA, is the benefit you'd receive at full retirement age. So what happens if you retire before age 66? Oh, I skipped ahead this slide there. Just let me back up. Okay. Well, your benefit would be reduced. If you apply at age 62, it would be 75% of your full retirement amount, your PIA. If it's 63, it's 80%, and so on, you can see in this slide. The amounts are actually prorated on a monthly basis, so you could apply it any month between 62 and 66 and get the appropriate amount. Now, the other side of the question, which was the slide I skipped over to accidentally, was what if you apply after full retirement age? If you retire after you turn 66, you get delayed credits, is the term they use, of 8% a year for each year you retire. So if at 67 you get 108%, at 68 you get 116%, and so on. After age 70, you can't earn any more delayed credits. So it doesn't pay to wait until age 7. It doesn't pay to wait after age 70. Once you're 70, get it. So I'm guessing you're not too interested in calculating your own AIME and your PIA and the reductions in credits for early or late filing or the annual COLAs. You could find out approximately how much you can expect to receive from several ways. One, you can refer to your annual Social Security statement if you still have it. To save costs last April, the Social Security Administration stopped mailing them out. They hope to make them available online in the near future. Two, you can work with the retirement estimator on the Social Security website. This calculator taps into your specific earnings history after you enter your personal identification information like date of birth, Social Security, and mother's maiden name. Don't worry, the site is very secure. We need to note that the annual statements and the retirement estimators do not factor in COLAs or cost of living increases to your older benefits. It means your actual benefits are likely to be higher than they indicate. Our calculators that we have actually do make that adjustment if we want to. So if you have your primary insurance amount or your PIA, we can project your future benefits. So you might want to try one of these calculators at the Social Security website that's indicated on the slide. Social Security was started in a, there we go, sorry. Social Security was instituted in an earlier time when most married women didn't work. To give women a measure of financial security in their old age, the program offers spousal benefits. The spousal benefits is 50% of the worker's PIA if he or she applies at full retirement age. If she applies at 62, it'd be 35% of the worker's PIA. So if John's is $2,000 and Jane's is $800, and if Jane applies for Social Security or full retirement age, her benefit would be, her spousal benefit would be equal to half of John's, or $1,000. That's $200 a month more than her own benefit, so she would go for the spousal benefit. When we talk about spousal benefits in the traditional sense, I'm also going to talk to you in a few minutes about some ways baby boomers can take advantage of spousal benefits. So here's the basic rules. The primary worker must have filed for benefits. If he wants to delay his benefit until age 70 in order to receive a higher amount, he can file for benefits at his full retirement age and ask that they be suspended. I'll talk more about this in a minute. The lower earning spouse must be at least 62 for a reduced benefit or 66 for a full benefit. Spousal benefits do not earn delayed credits after age 66. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about spousal benefits, and we'll return to a little bit later, but I want to talk for a minute about divorced spouse benefits. A woman can receive Social Security based on her ex-husband's work record, providing the marriage lasted at least 10 years or more, and she's currently unmarried, and vice versa, by the way. Men can get spousal benefit and divorced spouse benefits as well. Here are the rules for divorced spouse benefits. More than one ex-spouse can receive benefits on the same worker's records. So if your ex-husband remarried a couple of times, all three wives can claim divorced spouse benefits as long as the marriage lasted at least 10 years. Benefits to one ex-spouse do not affect the benefit paid to the worker, the current spouse, or any other ex-spouses. The worker will not be notified that the ex-spouse has applied for benefits, so you need not worry that your long-lost ex-husband will find out that you applied for benefits based on his work record. You do not need to know his whereabouts, only enough identifying information so that the Social Security people can look up his records. So you also need to provide some documentation, dates of the marriage and the divorce. If you are receiving divorced spouse benefits, and you remarry, the divorced spouse benefits will stop. However, you will then be eligible for your spousal benefits on your new husband's work record, or you can switch to your own if you also qualify for Social Security. Again, everything I've said, when I've said a her, it's the same as a he, and he the same as a her, so it isn't gender specific.